get to another, this time a period piece. It's Gwen, which is a horror drama. It's okay. It's an indie film, and it gets a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't understand that, because I thought this movie was boring overall. The girl that plays Gwen, I thought she did a really good job acting. The acting in this is pretty good. It's not really scary. It doesn't really have atmosphere much in it. I mean, it's about this struggling family of three, a mother and two daughters, one older teen daughter, and then the other youngest. And basically, it's them. It's sort of like The Witch or The Witch, you know, that film. Except, I would say at least this one. Well, again, like they're the same. It's the same movie almost, except at least that one had a ending that at least, you know, it was supernatural. Where this, you're not really sure if it is or if it's not, because like it tries to do like this thing where it's dealing with, oh, the hardships of this family without the dad, and they're struggling, living poor on a farmhouse or whatever. And you know, the mom gets sick at one point, and she has seizures at certain times. And like the way the movie, even the way it ends, like it's not really satisfying. And I didn't even understand the whole ending part of like the whole encounter of what was going on. I mean, because this, okay, it's directed by and written by William McGregor. I'm sorry, maybe somebody could have gave, maybe somebody down in the comments can give me, you know, reasoning of why this is such a scary and atmospheric movie, because I didn't get it. It's not really supernatural. I mean, Gwen does have like nightmares of like her mom at one point biting like her arm or something, and then she turns into like a witch face, and then she wakes up, of course, and like that's the only supernatural part. I mean, I guess like crops, like at one point like their sheep die. At one point their sheep die randomly. Then they see like a heart or something with, it looks like a heart of like with nails in it, nailed on the door at one point. But yeah, Gwen, a young farm girl in North Wales, is out playing with her sister Mary, who does nothing. I felt bad more for her because like she doesn't know what's going on as well. I mean, if anything, you'll feel maybe a little bit for Gwen, because she pretty much, her and her sister aren't really sure what is happening with the mom, because you don't know if the mom is getting possessed in certain ways, or. And then there's one point where Gwen decides to throw a cross into fire because, well, I guess she lost her faith or whatever, because, oh, the dad's not ever coming back. So I guess whatever with that. And then like the way the village doctor, like he says that the entire family died of some type of disease. Gwen is chastised by her mother for being late and for burning their supper. Her father is not around for an undisclosed reason. I guess they didn't never specify what happened. Except in, like, I don't know if it's a flashback, possibly, of him walking in, like, the woods, and, like, he's bleeding, and then he falls to the ground. But that's when Gwen throws the cross in the fire, so I don't know if that's her interpretation of him dying, or... Because the mom gives her a letter of the dad, I guess, before he left. But pretty much Gwen wakes up, hears a commotion outside. It's nothing. She goes, but is unable to see anything because of the stormy weather. I didn't understand why would you even go outside if... Granted, you hear stuff outside. Don't go outside. It might be animals for all you know, coyotes, you know. But the next day, the family goes to church. As they leave, Gwen's mother has a brief conversation with a man, which seems to leave both of them disturbed. On their return home, they find an animal heart nailed to their front door. The heart is thrown into the fireplace. Gwen's mother seems to go into a trance. Following day, Gwen finds their crops have spoiled. That night, Gwen asks about the man her mother spoke to and asks if he is planning to sell the house, which her mother denies. So I'm guessing that guy must be like the town mayor or landlord of his household or something. Because, like, he kills the mom at the end. Literally burns her. She doesn't even try to fight back. I guess because, you know... I guess she was stabbed. Because that guy sends, like, another guy to the house that night to try to, I guess, kill her. But then it looked like he was assaulting her more. But then she's bleeding. Like, her back is bleeding, so I guess he was stabbing her and getting it on with her at the same time. I don't know. Or maybe she was fighting back a little bit, but then he stabbed her, but then he decided, you know what? And yeah, the following day, Gwen awakes to see her mother standing in the pasture among their entire flock of sheep, all of which are dead and mutilated. Gwen! She decides to investigate the house of the neighbors who died. She observes bloody handprints throughout the house and rotting food on the table, as if something sudden and violent had happened. Mother finds her in the house, and it is revealed that the neighbor's sheep died in similar ways before the family died. Later, Mother chastises Gwen for entering the house and refuses to listen when Gwen points out the similarities of her own situation. Of course, Mom has more seizures, and of course the village doctor decides to help out a bit. They have no money, so Gwen takes one bottle with a promise to pay him back after the next market. Gwen goes to retrieve eggs from the hen, but finds that the rat has destroyed the eggs. After supper, Gwen finds her mother cutting her arms and letting the blood flow into a bowl. So I guess maybe she was doing witchcraft. I guess, but they never really amounts to anything because she doesn't like cast any spells really. They don't even get revenge or anything on the people, or at least with the movie The Reckoning, which I recommend that film, because at least that film, not similar to this, but in a way, because like I guess that was a period piece as well, but it was also a fantasy where a woman was accused of being a witch and went through the trials. At least that movie had a definitive ending, unlike this film, which is a boring ending and doesn't really answer questions much. You're supposed to leave it up to interpretation. viewer's interpretation. I don't like that sometimes. She attempts to sell vegetables. She notices she's getting odd, unsettling looks from the people. A young man who smiled at Gwen and Church attempts to buy some carrots. Also, he's at the end, and he's in the posse of burning down their house. Although he looks like he doesn't want to be there, but then he participates anyway. Oh yeah, the mom kills the horse at one point because she's mad at Gwen for something. Oh, I guess that guy is the landlord. Mother sends them. She kills the horse, and that's when Gwen has the nightmare of her mother being possessed. Mother instructs Gwen to retrieve a letter from a box that tells her it arrived shortly after the father left. A man approaches the farmhouse at night with a dagger. Mother goes outside to investigate. Gwen wakes up and follows. Pretty much that's when you get the encounter of this guy with a dagger. So yeah, pretty much that's what happens. Nothing. Mom dies. The two daughters. Gwen's like, we're gonna go find her father, even though he's dead. I guess she doesn't want her younger sister to know that. And then the movie ends, and then I'm like, that was so boring. At least with The Witch, there's some interesting. There's some good camera scene and photography. Like the way the movie looks is good in that movie. This movie is decently shot. It doesn't look bad. It's really shot in one location, mostly. I mean, they do go into town, but it's pretty boring. Not again, like this movie was uneventful to me. I don't get the praise. I mean, if you enjoy it, that's cool. I just don't get why, because of the stuff I said. And it's not even like I need blood and guts in my film. I don't. But at least, do I care about Gwen and her sister? I feel bad for them, so I guess so, a little bit. Because, again, their dad's gone. Don't know how, or if he... I guess he died. Again, they don't specify what happened to him. We're always having that flashback, but not sure if that's her thinking of him dying in her mind, or assume it, I don't know. And the mom is, you know, she has seizures. Is she getting possessed in during those times? Maybe that's what. But then she doesn't do anything really supernatural after that, like much at all. So like there's really no scary moments with the mom being, if she is getting possessed. I would say skip this because you're going to be asking questions, or really you're going to be bored out of your mind, because I was. got positive reviews. Unnerving tone? Of what? Boredom? It got on my nerves a bit because nothing was happening. Clever, beautiful, and well acted. It's well acted, it's not clever at all. What is clever about this film? Please, down in the comments, if anybody's seen this movie, what is clever about this film? Because I do not see what is clever. I see it's a boring, lackluster, period, horror film that wants to hop on the success of The Witch, or The Bitch, which I think is a bit better. Granted, I don't really like that movie as much either, but, you know, in the poster, like, the way it looked, I thought was interesting, so that's why I wanted to watch it. And then, like, nothing really happens in this much. I mean, it's the same thing. The crops die. Animals die. The town people think there's something going on with this family, or vice versa. And, you know, you're a witch or whatever. And then it turns out, I guess, not really a witch. So I guess I was trying to do that. Oh, it's doing this, but it's really not. Or what? Was it Gwen, like, imagining, like, her mom being like, during this possession, maybe she thinks, oh, she might be a... Well, no. I don't know. And the fact, like, the village men, like the guy that wants the guy in black or whatever, it leads this battalion of men to their house to, I guess, kill the mom. I don't know about, I guess, kill them as well, but not, I don't know if he was gonna kill the two girls. Cause, like, why would he send the one guy? Cause then the guy that wants to kill the mom, he locks Gwen outside, so I guess he wasn't gonna kill her. He was just gonna kill the mom and then leave. But then the townsmen come down there, so then I'm like, so what was this gonna be? And then just burn the house down, and then what? Even though I thought you owned that property, you know. Okay. I don't know what else to say. Just repeat myself. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this rant. Please give it a like, comment, subscribe, share, and yeah, I do have. If anybody's interested in me reviewing requested content or reaction videos or commentaries, let me know down below. Also, you can go to my Patreon or PayPal. But yeah, all links are down below for those. But yeah, this was